Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Aroluwa and I am so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for the love on my last vlog, and I hope a lot of you could relate to it as much as I had fun making that video. I know you're wondering what I have planned for you today because I have been teasing it on the community tab. If you do not know what that is, go to my channel right now and click on the community option. So I drop fun updates, teasers, and pictures on that area, so you don't want to miss any of those. And today I have a very, very special guest host. Yes, somebody is going to come over and give you guys some delicious, juicy reviews of a particular topic that I think she is the best at talking about. Because personally, she introduced me to this world, and I believe she's the best person to talk to you guys about this. So I'm quite excited to even watch this video myself. And before I pass on to her, have you subscribed to my channel? If you have not subscribed and you're watching, why? Please subscribe right now and share this video as well to your audience. Help me reach a lot more people. Thank you so much. And also engage, like, comment, and all of that good stuff. Now, introducing today's guest host, my wonderful sister, Kunbi.
Hi guys, my name is Kunbi and I'm going to be standing in for it today. And for our reality show lovers, we are going to be talking about Love is Blind. I know it's such a different approach from what you guys see on this channel, but I am a reality show lover and the latest season of Love is Blind is out, season 6, and we're going to be delving into it. Okay, first of all, before we start delving into season 6, Love is Blind as we all know, has had 6 seasons. Now, if you don't know, Love is Blind has 6 seasons. It's a reality show where they started in 2020 actually, and the major theme line of the show is that contestants, that's male and female, will come on the show looking for love, but they would have never seen each other before. They'll be talking to each other through a pod, and through that pod, they'll get engaged. They'll fall in love first, then get engaged. Then upon getting engaged is when they will actually now see each other for the very first time. I don't know if you watch reality shows, but for people that watch Married at First Sight also, it's also kind of like that, except for Married at First Sight, they actually get married first. So that one's a totally different ballgame. But for Love is Blind, they actually get engaged first, then, they now see each other. Then they go on their honeymoon, then they live together, then come marriage day, and they decide whether they actually want to say I do or not. So I have my talking points here, and we're going to be going through this season of Love is Blind. And yeah, we have 9 episodes already out. Is it 9 or 8? Let me check. I think we have 9 episodes already out. So we're going to be looking at the first 9 episodes, and then we'll be talking about the couples, where they are now, my feelings and my thoughts on them. So many things have been going on, even on social media, with these couples. I don't know if I want to delve into that on this video, or maybe Yore will invite me back for another video. I don't know yet, but we'll just be talking about the first 9 episodes now. I don't want to cloud people's judgments of these people with what is going on in the social media arena. So I'll just be talking strictly based on what is going on in the show. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to do, because there are different couples, I'm going to be taking them couple by couple, like in their triangles, and then we'll focus on what's going on with them. So the first couple we're going to be talking about is Amy and Johnny. I want to talk about Amy and Johnny because they are like the, what would I call them? They're like the cute, perfect couple, I guess. Because for me, Amy and Johnny are the ones that I feel like they were trying to portray as the perfect couple. And the reason why I say that is because in season 1 we had a couple called Lauren and Cameron, and they're like the OG of Love is Blind couples. Like whenever people talk about Love is Blind, they always focus on Lauren and Cameron because their love story was just beautiful. They are still together, everything is going smoothly for them. But the reason why I'm bringing up Lauren and Cameron is because they were the first to get engaged on the show, and following through a theme of that in other seasons, the people that get engaged first always seem to be like the ones that are the couple that will make it. Let me put it like that. So for Amy and Johnny, They're the first couple to get engaged. For Amy and Johnny, what would I say? She's Latina, he's white. She said that she has never dated a white man before, that she always dates somebody from an ethnic person. That's the word she used. So I think she means she likes to date black people, maybe people that basically people that are not white. That's the point. And for me, I think their relationship is cool. I don't have much to say on them, to be honest, because I just feel like they are okay in the pods. I'm talking about the pods now. I'm going to be talking pods, and then I'm going to be talking about the trip, and I'm going to be talking about when they start living together. So I'm going to be breaking it in each couple in that way. Now in the pods, Amy and Johnny seemed very, very okay. Amy talked about how when she was younger, she didn't really have any friends, that her father had to beg people to come for a birthday party. That was really, really sad. Johnny seems like a very go-lucky person, not in a bad way, by the way. Just seems like he's very fun, he's laid back. They had so much fun in the pods. Like they used to sing songs together. It was not really that cringy, so it was very, very nice. But yeah, when they met each other, they seemed very happy, with meeting each other. So everything was good and fine. Now, Amy and Johnny, on getting to the honeymoon at the Dominican Republic, they also seem to be going very, very happy. But there's just one issue they have, right? Johnny is scared of having children. And when I mean he's scared of having children, I know it sounds funny. Like, it's not like he's scared of having children like forever, but like right now, he's really, really, really scared of having children. Up to the point that, like, because I think Amy is not on birth controls right now, so it's like very, very hard for him to. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, the other ways, they were even talking about vasectomy. I'm like, is it that deep? Like, please and please, people need to work it out. But like I said, they don't really have much issues, so I don't really want to like talk about them in any negative light. But if there's like one slight issue, I think that might just be it. So let's go to our second couple, to Kenneth and Brittany. Let's go to Kenneth and Brittany. Yeah. So Mr. Kenneth is a black man, and Miss Brittany, if you don't watch the show, she's a white woman. And Kenneth is 25, Brittany is 24. They are the youngest on the show, but oh my god, they don't look it. I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing bad in it, but they don't look it, but that's okay. Kenneth, one thing that connected them in the pods was the fact that they were both religious. Kenneth said that he's a worship pastor and he's also a high school principal, which is very, very good for him. He said that I think he said his mother died when he was 12 and he had to plan the whole burial himself, which was very, very sad. So they really connected on so many things when they were in the pods. They agreed that they were not going to have sex before marriage, which they were both very, very happy about because they are religious and everything. So Kenneth and Brittany in the pods were actually very, very solid. And if you had asked me pre the Dominican Republic, I would have said they were getting married. Now, let's go to the Dominican Republic. We get to the Dominican Republic and Kenneth stops talking. Like, when I mean Kenneth stops talking, in the beginning, he was obviously still talking. They went for massages and he was saying things like, oh, don't worry, massages on the budget. Like, when we get married, massages on the budget. They were still acting cute and everything. And then they went for this, there's the party after they get to the Dominican Republic, or when they get to like their resort location where they'll meet the rest of the cast members, right? So when they get to this meet and greet with the rest of the cast members, he was talking with one of the other castmates, a female AD. She's black, right? So AD was telling him that, oh wow, that does Brittany understand what it is for her to raise black children? And let me say this, I don't want, because I've been seeing some people saying that AD's conversation with Kenneth is what I guess broke Kenneth and Brittany up or whatever. But here's what I'm going to say, right? AD asked questions that, okay, does she understand the gravity or the importance of raising black children as a white woman? Because at the end of the day, she's still a white woman, right? Now, Kenneth was like, yeah, she understands, I've also been thinking about it, so and so. And what happened was that I feel like, fine, the conversation with AD made it more realistic for him. Like the situation where, oh my God, I'm actually going to get married to a white woman. And I think he started thinking about what people will say, his black friends, because he was saying something about that. That the question that AD was asking him is also what his black friends will be asking him and things like that. So I think he started thinking about that a lot, right? Now, when they left that meet and greet, Brittany was like, "Oh, I heard you talking with AD. She was saying something about um, can I raise black children that I hope was coming from a good place." And Kenneth was like, "Yeah, I was coming from a good place. She was just asking, as any good friend would ask and everything like that." Just for them to go on the outing the next day, because they were on a boat. They always give them these little outings when they are honeymoon, and they were on a boat, and Kenneth was not talking. It was so awkward, like. And then all of a sudden, a dolphin jumped out of the water, and I was like, "Oh my god, this dolphin!" It's like, what's going on here? Like, to your fiance, my guy, what's going on here? But he was basically not talking. He was just doing his own thing, and it was just awkward. That's when I say, like, seeing like cracks in their relationship, right? So now they go back to their lives and they get to live together in the apartment. Kenneth was on his phone 24/7. Like, I'm not joking. Like, she'll be talking to him and he'll just be there pressing his phone. It was ridiculous. And so it got to a point, she was not trying to explain to me that I don't understand what's going on. That since we came back from the Dominican Republic, you have just been so distant, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, I don't think this is working out for us. And picked up and left. Like, from what I've been seeing on social media, people are confused. People are like, wait, what's going on with Kenny? Like, where was the switch up from? Like, first of all, you are a worship pastor. If there's anything, you should be good at communication. Like, you really, really communicate with like your congregation, right? And stuff like that. But for me, I think what happened was when he got home, he probably told his parents. So I don't know. Or I don't know. It says mom is not alive, so maybe his dad or maybe his friends, his black friends and everything. And he probably had never dated a white woman before. I think it said something like that. He had never dated a white woman before and stuff like that. So I think the reality of it actually really hits him hard. Like, that's the thing. It's sweet in the pods when you're in the pods and people are just talking and everything is going smoothly. But the truth is, most of these people, when the reality actually now comes for them, they become like, he did not handle that situation well at all. And Brittany is actually a very nice lady. Like, she didn't do anything wrong in my own opinion. She tried her best, you understand. But like, obviously it did not work out, and they are the first couple that are no longer on the show. So moving on to our third couple, Laura and Jeremy. Now, this one's, I'm sorry, Jeremy, normal white guy, Laura, white girl. Jeremy seemed like he was goofy. Laura seems like she's one of these like CEO types, like boss lady, like type of vibe. But the funny thing is that Jeremy was actually in a triangle. Like, Jeremy and Laura, they were actually in a triangle with one girl named Sarah Ann while they were in the pods. Now, with Sarah Ann, Jeremy felt like she was not serious. They didn't talk about serious things. And I think one time he asked her how many followers on Instagram she had. And I think she said she had like 4,000 or something. I'm not sure if I get the number correct. He was like, oh my God, you have 4,000. Like it was a lot and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. I think he just felt like she was not compatible with him and everything. So he picked Laura, right? Upon the review, oh, I didn't talk about the reveal of Kenneth and Brittany. When they saw each other, it was okay. So let's just do that again. But with Jeremy and Laura, yeah, when they saw each other, it was okay too. I mean, Laura didn't really seem excited, but maybe that's just my opinion. But Jeremy was very happy to see Laura. Obviously, she's very pretty. Now I want to talk about Jeremy and Laura in the Dominican Republic, but let's wait because it's going to affect another couple, right? So I'm going to hold off on Jeremy and Laura in the Dominican Republic and when they start living together. So let's hold off on them for now. Now let's talk about AD, Miss AD, the only black girl on the show. Oh my god. At least, you know what? This time around, I can even say thank God there's a black girl on the show, because season 5, in my opinion, is the worst season of Love is Blind. The black girl that was in the pods, she ended up leaving. So basically, there was no black girl on the show, like that left pods to continue on the show. So that season 2 was very terrible. The normal number of people that get engaged are 5 in that season. I think only was it 3 or 4 people that go engaged on the show. Basically, I hated that season. But yeah, AD, Miss AD, her full name is Amber Desiree, but she goes by AD, so that's what we're going to be calling her. She's 33 years old, and yeah, she seems very, very okay. She seems like she has a good head on her shoulders. Before we talk about AD, let's talk about Mr. Matthew, our first triangle person. So we meet Matthew, right? I think he said he's 37 or 38, I don't know, wealth specialist manager or something like that. And he comes in, he has a list of questions for these ladies. He'll say, okay, I have like questions 1 to 30, pick a number. They'll say, oh wow, the ladies will be so excited. Yeah, okay, give me number 16. You ask the question on number 16. The girl will now be like, okay, let me hear your own answer too. It will not be like, oh, I didn't think you were going to ask me back. What do you mean not think they were going to ask you back? What do you mean not think they were going to ask you back? He was weird. Let me just put it like that. Very, very weird. Like you ask, I can remember one time, I think it was Sarah Ann, he asked her a question. That one was rambling off. He walked out of the room as she was still talking. I don't know whether they edited it like that too, because I've been seeing somewhere on Instagram where he has been commenting on the comment section saying things like it's edited, blah 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 blah. But no matter how edited it is, his behavior is weird. They cannot edit that. His behavior is very, very weird. Fortunately or unfortunately, we meet AD and Mr. Matthew, and he just seemed to open up. Like the Matthew that we've met before, talking to these other ladies has just been very weird. I'm like, oh my god, please, who cast this one on this show? But suddenly he started speaking with AD, saying I'm a small town boy, I'm very awkward, I don't know how to open up, I've been going to therapy, and my therapist was like, you have to try and open up, blah, blah, blah. So we're like, oh my god. AD was like, yeah, it shows that you don't open up, you know, but there's something about you, Matthew, I just feel like you're going to shock me. And he was like, oh, I want to talk to you again. She's like, okay, I want to talk to you again too. And it was just cute. Like everybody, we were like, wait, maybe we misjudged Matthew, because like, oh my god, in the beginning he was just being rude to all these girls, but suddenly with AD, he just started talking and opening up, you know. So like that, they started building their relationship. They were always meeting and talking. He even told her that he's very happy that he's here to, because he's very happy that he met her, and he feels like that's like it's one of his greatest accomplishments. It's meeting her. Like wow. When AD even got to the women's lounge, and she was telling the women that, oh, you guys, I'm talking to Matthew, everybody just turned. Even people that were not in the conversation, they're like, Matthew, what? Because of the way he had acted with the other women, they were like, oh my god, okay, that's weird that you guys connected. Now the second person that AD is talking to is Clay, and Clay is a black guy. He's 30 years old. Clay just is all this, you know, charming guy, fine, just, you know, they have red flags and things like that, you know. But you know, AD, she's like, oh my god. There was one statement she made that when I see red flags, I paint my nails red to match it. That is funny. But yeah, so those are the two people that AD is talking to. But obviously with Clay seems to be focusing on the physical. It was like I don't care what kind of emotional connection we have, but if the physical is not there, he does not think he can propose. And it was like, even if our emotional connection is strong, if the physical is not there, you can't. It was like, no, it does not. That the physical is very important to him, and because of that, she took a step back a bit from Clay. So our relationship with Matthew was actually a stronger, connection with Matthew rather was actually a stronger connection. Like it was a huge, strong emotional connection. Like we were always talking. Like I can remember when he was like saying that, right now I want to talk to his mother. That's Matthew. I want to talk to his mother to tell her that he has found someone so very, very special. That, and I also want to ask Eddie's father's hand in marriage. Eddie was like, oh no, did. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry. He was like, no, don't worry that she didn't have a close relationship with her dad and everything. So there's nothing for that. I was like, oh wow, that he wishes that they can just up and leave right now. That they don't even need to like continue the experiment. That's really, really, AD, every time she gets, oh my god, Matthew, AD, she's very dramatic. She's like, oh my god, Matthew, don't say that. Do you mean that? Like things like that. So after this conversation, Matthew now asked her that, are you going to tell anybody about this conversation? I was like, oh no, I just want to keep it to myself, blah, 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 right? Eddie goes back to the women's lounge. There's another lady named Amber. She's white. Let's just call her White Amber. Oh, Amber, since we're calling AD. So Amber, right? She's white and everything. So I think she's close with AD, right? So she was just listening about what's going on in the pods and everything. So I'm like, oh my god, he told me that he can't wait to live here with me, that we can live the experiment together, that his greatest accomplishment is meeting me, that he can't wait to propose to me, to meet my father and propose to me. Wait, I know that. Wait, who is this other guy? He's like, Matthew. Yeah, Matthew was telling me that, oh my god, he can't wait to live here with me. Everything that this Matthew was telling AD was the same thing he was telling Amber, like word for word, verbatim. My people, everything he was telling AD was what was telling Amber. And AD was Eddie was in shock. She could not even like tell Amber that, wait, though, it's the same thing that mattered. She was just like, oh, she was just like, she was just nodding. Really? Wow. Okay. So what now happened was she now confronted Matthew. Matthew, I was saying, it's not the same thing. Wait, it was just like, wait. No, because Eddie came to him like, I've been hearing that you've been saying the same things to me. That you've been saying to another lady. It's like, oh, it's Amber, right? It's not Amber. Who have you been saying the same things to? Of course, you know it's Amber. I was like, I've not been. You know, say I've not been saying the same things to her. I mean it right now. What I said to you. That when I said that, I can't wait to tell my mother. I never said that to her. Oga, Amber said you said it. Like, I don't understand. And Eddie too. I don't know whether she felt like she needed to secure that connection, because to be honest, even us the viewers, because this, we finding out that Matthew was saying the same thing to Eddie and Amber was the ending of episode 1. Like that was the cliffhanger. They ended their episode 1. So I know how so many viewers were actually tricked. Like we're all tricked, because we all went from saying Matthew was weird to rooting for Matthew, because like, okay, he and Eddie's connection was just that good. Like they actually had a good, strong emotional connection. Like I don't think he ever asked her anything about her physical appearance and everything, because he was the only thing Eddie asked him was, what do you feel like dating somebody out of your race, or what do you feel like dating a black girl or something like that? I think that's the only thing she ever asked him. I think, so she never, so I think from there you could have deduced that she was black. But Mr. Matthew was still saying, oh, I never said anything like that, blah, 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 blah. And it was just weird. Eddie too, I don't even know whether she accepted it, but she was like, okay, yeah, whatever, she, let's look at everything. Now, she now went to a conversation with Clay and told Clay that she was basically telling Clay what happened with her and Matthew. Clay was like, why are you telling me this? That, like, are you feeling me or you're not feeling me? Like, I don't understand what's happening here. So, like, that this is the thing that she's we're like, okay, wait, hold on, who am I in a triangle with? Like, tell me, like, who am I in a triangle with? Adina said, it's me, it's you, and it's Matthew. He was like, Matthew, who is Matthew? Like, that's how much, because even in the men's lounge, whenever they show Matthew, it's always by himself. Like, it's just very weird like that. When Clay was like, Matthew, oh my god, I'm telling you, lady, you're gonna regret this. Blah 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 blah. That one lost his mind when he found out that it was in a triangle with Matthew, because Clay and Matthew could not be any different. So I'm sure in his mind it was like, wait, how do you like me and Matthew? Like, I don't get, like, we're from where to where? Because obviously Eddie does not know what Matthew looks like, but Clay is in the men's lounge with Matthew, so he knows what Matthew looks like. He knows how he acts around the men and things like that. Now, Clay was just losing his shit. He was like, I don't understand what's going on, whether you like me or you don't like me. She was like, I like you, but I obviously also have a strong connection with Matthew. So Clay was like, you know what, okay, sort yourself out. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, when you have like an answer for me, let me know, and things like that. Now AD now goes to the women's lounge, and after her conversation with Matthew, she tells Amber that she now finally tells Amber, you know, when Amber was telling her that the same thing they were saying, AD did not say anything back to Amber. So she now finally tells Amber that, see, oh, I don't mean to like destroy your connection with Matthew, but when you were saying those things that Matthew said to you, he said those same things to me. Amber was like, what? Like, she's like, yeah, like, yes, like, I'm very, very sorry. Like, Yamba was like, oh my god, I'm the one that should be sorry. Like, oh my god, I didn't, you know, the girl is actually a very sweet girl. Like, she's, if she was a meanwhile girl, I'd have said it, but you could tell that she was actually really, really sorry. That, and I'm like, why? It's not your fault. Like, at the end of the day, Amber leaves. Like, Amber leaves the show. Like, she was like, she can't do this after everything. She leaves the show, right? And the next time AD and Matthew are talking, he comes into the pod, just sniffing, like sniffing that wow. Just sniffing. AD was, are you sick or are you crying? Why are you sniffing? Like, it wasn't like that. I just feel like I've broken somebody's heart on national television. Blah, 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 blah. Just talking. America loves an underdog. America, just talking some things that when you hear, AD was like, wait, why are you talking about America? Like, we're just talking about America, talking about this, talking about that. And AD was like, are you crying because Amber left? Like, she just asked him point blank, like, are you crying because Amber left? And I was like, I just feel like you have another connection here. Just trying to gaslight her and trying to put the blame on her, that because he asked, like, now asked her, wait, do you have another connection here? And everything. She was not like, yes. And I said that, okay, that the same way you have another connection here, I'm also not comfortable with it, blah, 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 that I have to go. So, so Matthew leaves the show. And when he went back to the men's lounge, he was saying that I was going to go after Amber. Which, if from what I'm seeing on social media, is correct. They are not together, thankfully. So, because of that, obviously, AD and Clay have to work things out, and Clay went to the men's lounge and was crying his eyes out. He was in such disbelief. He was telling one of the male contestants that if it was him, he would understand that, like, the age is in a triangle. But Matthew, like, it was like he doesn't get that and everything. But they worked it out and everything. He proposed and they met each other. And AD is actually very, very beautiful, and she has a big bum. So I'm sure Clay is happy with that. Let's wait and see. I still don't think. Okay, my prediction for them, I'll give that after we get to where they are living together. Now let's go to the Dominican Republic, and Jeremy and Laura can come into the conversation now. So when they met, everything was good. They liked each other. That's Clay and AD. Now when they get to the Dominican Republic and they meet the other couples, AD and Laura, I think Laura does this thing where she'll be slapping AD's breast up and down. Like, according to Laura, she calls it being deep, right? So AD went, because you people don't know the name of this person. Jimmy is also one of the male contestants. So Jimmy, Jeremy, and Clay, they were talking, right? So AD came out, just come spend time with my man, blah 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 blah. So she sat on Clay's lap and they were all talking and everything. So Jeremy now told her that Laura told me to being deep you. AD was like, Laura, because Laura was just in the corner. She was like, you told Jeremy to be deep me. She's like, yeah, I told Jeremy to be deep. Like, you know, just being this thing. So AD was like, wait, she told me to be deep. She said, who, me? It's like, she said, I will fight him. Like, jokingly. She was like, jokingly but serious. You could tell. She was like, Clay was confused, like, what's being deep? Like, every one of us were confused, like, what's being deep? That's when AD now showed us, like, what it is, like slapping somebody's breast up and down. So, like, Clay was like, please don't do that. like, yeah, I will never do that. She wants me to get cancelled and everything. So I don't know how the whole thing escalated. Like, it was not, like, you could tell that AD did not find it funny, obviously, because she was like, why would you tell your fiance to slap my breast? Like, Like, you do it as a girl, I understand. Even that one is already even whatever. But why would you tell your fiance to do that? Like, I don't get that and everything. So Laura now came to the garden. She was like, "Oh my god, I was just joking. Like, I don't know what Jeremy has said now, blah 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 blah," and everything. So that one caused fights between them, between Jeremy and Laura, right? So they apparently the next day they went for their outing. He was saying that he slept on the couch, but he apologized. So Jeremy was not the one that was apologizing. In my opinion, I don't think Jeremy did anything wrong in that particular situation, because it was actually Laura that told him to be in deep AD. However, maybe Laura felt like, oh, you don't need to tell everybody everything. Like I told you to do something, fine, but you didn't do it, so why did you have to like announce it? Maybe that's what she was thinking. She was like, the way you said it probably made it look like what it was not, and I was actually just joking. I think that was where Laura was coming from. But at the same time, you telling your fiance to do that, if what if you had actually done it, like, and Eddie slapped him, it would have been a whole different thing. Like please, let's just, at the end of the day, to me, you shouldn't have told your fiance to do that, but that's neither here nor there. So now Laura and Jeremy, they live in the Dominican Republic, they're living together. They go to his apartment, because one of the things that they were talking about in the pod was that Laura was like, I hope you're very clean, I hope your apartment is very clean, you know, blah 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 blah, things like that. So when they go to Jeremy's apartment, his apartment is actually clean and everything. So she's like, oh, she's surprised that when he said his apartment was clean, she did not believe him, but his apartment is actually clean and everything. We cut to the next thing. Apparently Jeremy went out and did not come home till, like, was it 5 in the morning and everything. So Laura was not like, apparently Jeremy shared his location, right? So she was not like, where have you been? Like, all this time, he was not saying he went out, he was at the parking lot, you know, he was calling some places, because each season of Love is Blind, they shoot in different states in the US. So season 1 was in Atlanta, season 2 was it Houston? But this season I think is in North Carolina, South Carolina, so that's where this season is being shot and everything. So they were mentioning places in South Carolina. I'm not familiar with them, but she was like, you're not there, you were not where you say you were. She called the name of the place, and I found out that that's where Sarah Ann lives. Sarah Ann, the other girl, like the other girl from the pod that he was in a triangle with, that's the Sarah Ann, if you can remember. I was like, and that's where Sarah Ann lives, blah 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 blah. Like, so you were talking with Sarah Ann from like 2 to 5 or something like that. So like, this cannot work out. And she stood up and left. Jeremy went out, according to him, with some friends, but they already, when he was on his way there, they told him that Sarah Ann was in that place. At first he was like, oh, Sarah Ann is there, I'm not going to go. This is what he was saying though, that at first he was like, he was not going to go, but it was like, it was that, but it was not like, it's not going to let somebody be in there. My guy, you should let somebody be in there affect it. I'm sorry, that's such a rubbish take. You don't want to let somebody be in there affect you're going there. This is somebody that you had a real strong connection with. At least if you're even going to go there and you know that Sarah was going to be there, tell Laura, because you know how this thing works, how somebody is, so people can pass information. Not only did you go there and she was there, you actually had a conversation for only God knows how long. And when Laura asked you, she gave you the benefit of doubt at first and asked you, you said you were in the car parking lot for so and so time, and she was like, no, that if you don't want me to know where you are, don't share your location with me. And she caught you red-handed. Now, with this Jeremy information, there has actually been some news going out on social media. And at first I was like, I don't want to crowd you guys' judgment, but this Jeremy will have to tell you. So apparently, prior to joining the show, Jeremy was engaged and has a child. Like, I'm sorry, I'm getting tired of this Love is Blind season. Like, is it like they're not casting people well? Because I understand, like, okay, the show is now on its 6th season. Maybe people that want to come for fame are now getting increased, like, compared to the beginning times when, like, people actually came for love and things like that. Because now the show is now popular. It's now on the 6th season. People know Love is Blind, and now maybe people are now coming to the show for fame. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is marriage you are talking about. You are getting engaged to somebody, and you're already an engaged person with a child. Prior to the making of this I don't know if Jeremy has come out to debunk such allegations. I've been seeing a video of him I saw one video of him that came out to debunk the allegation. But I'm sorry, I've not had time to go through that. And to be honest with you, yeah, I don't, because this one is, it was a picture. Apparently, it was his mother-in-law. That means the mother of the girl he got engaged to, that actually exposed him. So yeah, that's with Jeremy and Laura. My prediction, they are not lasting. Moving on to our last couple, Jimmy and Chelsea. Now, Jimmy, white guy, Chelsea, white guy. To me, they're both okay looking, I guess. And they were also in a triangle, right? With a girl named Jessica. Pretty girl, also a white girl, very pretty. Now, Jessica has a daughter, right? So I was actually very surprised because I watch other franchises of Love is Blind. That's Love is Blind Brazil, there's Love is Blind Sweden, there's Love is Blind Japan. And in Love is Blind Brazil and Japan that I've watched, they actually bring people that have had kids, like single dads and single moms on the show. But in the US season, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never like heard of a contestant that had a child on the show. So like this is the first season I'm hearing of that, like a contestant that had a child like was on the show and everything. So that was good, I guess. So Jessica has a child and everything. So and she made it known when they were meeting Nick and Vanessa Lachey that she does not want to tell the men immediately that she has a child, that she wants them to get to know her for her, things like that, blah blah blah, and everything. Now, Jimmy and Jessica, to me, had the better connection because they were, they spoke about serious things, they were very in tune and everything. Up until Jessica told him that he had a child, that she had a child, rather. Now, when Jessica told him that she had a child, he was like, why didn't you tell me sooner? Most people were, I've been hearing people say what kind of response was that, but to me, I don't think that's such a bad response, and here's why. At the end of the day, this is marriage, this is an engagement leading towards marriage, and if somebody does not feel comfortable being with somebody that has a child, that is their choice, that's their prerogative, and I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with that. However, I can understand him, Jessica also saying, oh, I want people to get to know me for me, blah, 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 because maybe if they get to know that I have a child, they might judge me, this is Love is Blind after all. I get that. But at the end of the day, is Love is Blind, the physical part, not being able to see the person. You still talk, so you kind of have to disclose that, because now, what if the person has gone so far into the connection with you, and they now find out that you have a child, and they're not comfortable with that? That leads to a whole different, you can ruin the experience for the person, because that's actually a core thing that the person needs to know. But yeah, they were, after he told her, they were still talking and everything. Till Chelsea, the same day, that's the second lady he was talking to, now told him that she had been married before. It was like they dropped two bombs on him on the same day. One thing I'll say about Jimmy is that he does not know how to respond to like tough things when like they're being told to him. Because apparently when Chelsea said she had been married before, his reaction was very weird. She even started crying and she left the pods and everything. Now, you are going to die. You're not going to die just now. But this is where the tables turned. Prior to this conversation, Jimmy's strongest connection has been Jessica, right? But he has also been talking with Chelsea. So now Jessica has a child. Chelsea has been married before. So both of them, in my opinion, while Jessica had the strongest connection there, for Jimmy, they probably have things that he was not really comfortable with. So Chelsea and Jimmy, rather, they were talking one day. She was like, okay, we don't even know what we look like, blah, 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 blah. She's like, it was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, people always tell me I look like this person, but I don't want to say. It was not like, just say it. It's like, no, I don't want to say it, I don't want to say it. But like, just say it. And I say, okay. I always get people tell me like, if it look like MGK's, is it girlfriend or wife? You just said, Megan Fox. So if people don't know, MGK, that's Machine Gun Kelly and his girlfriend. Are they married or are they? I don't know if they are married. Shasha, his girlfriend name is Megan. You people know Megan Fox now. Megan Fox. So when he said that to like Jimmy on the other side was like, Megan Fox, you look like Megan Fox. Or not like, I don't see it. But people always say that maybe because I have black hair and blue eyes. People of God, Chelsea does not look like Megan Fox. I'm sorry. Jessica looks more like Megan Fox. That's the other girl. You put it what love is better. I'm sorry, because if you watch it, you understand what I'm saying right now. Jessica, that's the lady with the child, looks more like Megan Fox than Chelsea, that claims that she looks like Megan Fox. And there, my people, Jimmy chose his choice in Chelsea. I'm laughing because this is social media has been roasting her. I feel bad for her. They were like, please, Megan Fox, where? Somebody says Megan on Fox. Like, Megan Fox, where? She doesn't look anything like Megan Fox. I'm sorry. But you put that told that you put wicked because now she has come on the show to come and say this. Now people are now trolling that, which a part of me feels like she knew what she was doing, but let's leave that for now. Jessica found out in the women's lounge from Laura. That's Laura, one of the women at that hour, that Jimmy told Chelsea, I love you. And so she started crying. So she went to confront him. Like, you ruined this experience for me, blah blah blah. I can't believe you did this to me. Well, let me tell you something. When you see me, you're gonna choke. You're gonna choke. You're gonna need an EpiPen. Like, oh my god, that was one of the most dramatic breakups ever. Now, meeting day. Time to meet, right? So when they saw each other in the confessional, Jimmy said Chelsea lied to me. She does not look like Megan Fox. Ah, God, I beg. You people always say the truth. Because now Chelsea has entered into predicament. I was like, but you know what? I love her for her personality. Blah, 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 blah. Right? So they go to the Dominican Republic. You can tell that Chelsea feels insecure. And I don't know whether it's because, you know, she has been in a like past marriage, or I don't know what it is. Like, she was always like looking for compliments from him and things like that. Now they go to the meet and greet. So many things happen to AD at this meet and greet. You would think she's the only person there, apart from the whole being deep situation. So Jimmy was talking to Chelsea. His fiance. That, oh my god, look at AD, she's stacked. Like I told you, AD has a big ass. Like, she actually has a big bum, and it's not BB or bum bum. Like, this is Evan bum bum. So he was talking to Chelsea, just both of them. Like, you know how you be talking to your boyfriend or you be talking to your fiance, like, look at that girl, she's fine. Like, just normal this thing and everything. So he told her, oh, AD is stacked. Oh my god, you know. Chelsea was like, yeah, she looks like a bullshit. AD. Like, they are talking about something between both of them, and let's say Chelsea, basically AD was not anywhere close to them, so she shouted, AD, why did you do to get an ass like that? What do you mean? What do you mean, Miss Chelsea? AD was like, Jesus and squats, as she should. What do you mean? What did she do to get an ass like that? See, why is it me? People are funny, but let's leave that aside. First of all, one is saying they should go and be deeper. Next year, another one is talking about what did you do to get an ass like that. This is my problem. And that's why I said I want more black women on the show. Or there are actually black women on the show, but I want more black women love stories to make it past the pods. Because now, obviously, AD is the only black girl there. So maybe those ones, they've never seen Bobo before. Of course, I don't understand what's going on. So anyways, Jimmy came to apologize to AD. He was like, I'm sorry, I didn't expect Chelsea to like shout it like that. I was just complimenting you and everything. As they were talking, Chelsea was in the corner, moping, angry, saying, he left me, blah 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 blah, just talk. Oh wait, when we were talking about this, I skipped AD and Clay's when they went back home. I just realized, but let's finish up with Jimmy and Chelsea, right? So when they go back to the hotel, she was like, you made me feel uncomfy. You were telling her that she had a big, nice body, and that made me feel blah, blah, blah. Just complaining. When they started living together, Jimmy told her, you are clingy. Apparently, Jimmy had seen the picture of Jessica, and Chelsea knew and started feeling insecure. Anyways, I'm sorry, they're just a train wreck. A mess about to happen. And they're definitely not getting married. If they do get married, they're definitely not getting married. There's no if they do get married. Jimmy is not getting married to Chelsea. Because from the previews of next week, All the former contestants are coming back, and he's going to see Jessica face to face for the first time. And we know how that goes. If you watched former Love is Blind seasons, yeah. Anyways, for Eddie and Clay, Clay's thing is his father was a cheater. All the people he looked up to are cheaters. Even me saying this thing is funny. So there's hereditary cheating. He's scared of cheating on Eddie. Does not want to hurt her. I'm tired of them bringing stupid black men on this show. And I'm sorry, like, I love Eddie. And as much as I don't want that to, I think she's going to get married to Clay. And I think it's going to be, I don't know if people can remember, was this season 2 or 3? I think it's season 2. I think it's going to be another Ayana and Jarrett. If people watch season 2 of Love is Blind, you know the couple I'm talking about, Ayana and Jarrett. They got divorced. So if she marries Clay, which I think she's going to do, I don't see it. Clay needs therapy. Clay is not ready for marriage. He is not ready for anything remotely serious. Who do I think will make it? I think Johnny and Amy. And I think Eddie and Clay. Even though I don't want Eddie to marry Clay, but I think those are the two couples that will make it. Johnny and Amy, and Eddie and Clay. Laura and Jeremy are a mess. Like, a mess. Laura is a smart woman. She's not married Jeremy. Jimmy and Chelsea. Jimmy is not married Chelsea. Kenneth and Brittany, obviously, they've left the show. Kenneth was like, peace out. I'm done. I can't do this. So, we have this, Won't You Be My Neighbor? I don't know if you guys can see it. So, I'll be answering 2 questions from that. So, the first question is, lately I have been getting better at... Lately I've been getting better at letting things go. Like... And I'm saying that because normally I'm somebody that if something bad to happen to me, I'll be thinking about it for a long time, or it will affect my mood for a long time. But now, like, if something happens, I'll just be like, how can I fix it, or can it be fixed? If cannot, like, do you understand? I don't hold on to it as much as anymore. So lately I've been getting better at that. And the second question is the book I recommend most often. I've not read a book in I've not read a book in a long time, so I don't know if I can recommend any book. But this movie came from a book. So if you have not read Pride and Prejudice, I really love the movie so much. So I guess the book will also be good. So you can read Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, so those are the 2 questions that I'll be recommending, or I'll be answering rather, for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope I was able to be a well-standing guest for Ore. And yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys had fun with me while I was recapping the Love is Blind season 6 episodes 1 through 9. Please comment down below what your thoughts. Let me know what you think about all the couples. Do you have different thoughts from mine? If you have different thoughts from mine, let me know what you think. I don't know if I'll be able to review the rest, but you can continue on your compared to season 5, it's actually a very better season, I'll give it that. But I still feel like lately people are just coming for fame. I don't know, they have to review their casting process. Somebody gave an idea I saw on Twitter that, I don't know if you guys watch Too Hot to Handle. It's a Netflix show also, where they will not make them know they are coming on Too Hot to Handle, because Too Hot to Handle is a show where, like, they are not meant to kiss, touch each other, have sex and things like that. So most singles will not want to come there. So what they do is that they will make them think they are going on another show entirely. Then boom, Lana come out. Like you're on Too Hot to Handle, that kind of thing. So somebody was saying that, maybe they should do it like that. But I don't think that can work for Love is Blind, because it's marriage. If you're coming, you have to be thinking of marriage. Do you understand? You can't just come thinking you're going on that show and it's not. Do you understand? So I feel like maybe that's the only reason why it might not work for Love is Blind. But I still think they have to sit down and think of something else, because the past few seasons have not been given in the love aspects. Like, out of the 5 couples that got engaged, only 1 makes sense. That's Johnny and Amy. Like, that's bad. Normally, at least 2 will make sense. So I don't know, they really need to work on that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. do all the wonderful things you do here on YouTube. Thank you so much. I had so much fun reviewing this season of Love is Blind with you guys. Thank you. Bye.